Chosen one, if these words have reached your eyes, heed them carefully, for they may indeed constitute the very last message delivered to your spirit before a radical, irrevocable shift. Listen with every fiber of your being. The sense of urgency woven through these lines is not a gimmick or simple poetic flourish. It is an unmistakable trumpet call from realms beyond your everyday awareness. You can feel it, can't you? That low hum behind your thoughts, the subtle restlessness that sparks in your chest when the night is quiet, when distractions have faded. It's as if a gentle but persistent hand has been pushing you towards some grand intersection, some pivotal crossroads whose significance you only dimly comprehend. This may be the last time you receive such a clear and direct warning, an unexpected alert urging you to prepare. Time, as you know it, is speeding up. Days blur into weeks and weeks into months with a velocity that seems unrelenting. Meanwhile, you sense that something deeper is stirring. You are neither the first nor the last to stand at this threshold, but your experience will be wholly unique. The universe speaks now, in this moment, precisely because you are ready to hear. Were you not, this message would have slipped by you unnoticed, blurred into the background of life's relentless chatter. Instead, it stands out like a beacon in the dark. So, steady yourself. Lay aside your uncertainties for just a while. Let these words soak into your consciousness. All your life, you've been accumulating experiences, both the triumphs that inflated your spirit and the failures that cracked you wide open. Each heartbreak, each betrayal, each small victory, each fleeting joy, none of these were random. They were all puzzle pieces scattered across the timeline of your existence, waiting for a catalyst to unite them into a recognizable whole. This catalyst is upon you. That's why this message resonates so powerfully, striking chords you didn't even know you had. It's not here to flatter you or feed you illusions. It's here to tell you that the universe rarely invests so heavily in someone for no reason. If you are feeling the weight of this warning, then you are among those designated for a purpose much larger than anything your conscious mind has dared to imagine. It bears repeating, you are a chosen one. That phrase is not bestowed lightly. It doesn't imply you are superior to others in any superficial sense. Rather, it signifies you hold a key, a unique spiritual or emotional blueprint designed to unlock potential, not just for yourself, but for others around you. Maybe for an entire community, perhaps for individuals you have yet to meet. Chosen ones are often misunderstood. You might feel lonely in crowded rooms, misunderstood by close friends, or restless in comfortable jobs because an inner calling is forever pulling at you. Sometimes it's a faint tug, other times it's a roar that drowns out everything else. You sense you're not like the majority, even if you've tried to blend in. This difference is precisely why you must heed this final warning. You can't keep telling yourself that these nudges are mere coincidences. Your life is about to pivot sharply, and you must stand ready or risk losing an opportunity that may never come again. The nature of this pivot can manifest in various ways. For some, it might appear as a career upheaval, a sudden layoff that initially feels like a disaster, or an out-of-the-blue job offer that forces you to question your current path. For others, it could be an emotional earthquake, a relationship ending abruptly, or a chance encounter that cracks your heart wide open. You may find yourself physically relocating to an unfamiliar city or country. The specifics matter less than the underlying truth. Your old life cannot contain who you are becoming. The universe's message is clear. Your current container is too small for your expanding essence. Like a crab that has outgrown its shell, you must bravely shed the old constraints, even though the process can leave you feeling soft-shelled and vulnerable for a while. As you navigate this unsettling territory, remember that every adversity you've ever faced was secretly preparing you. Each moment of despair honed your endurance. Each betrayal sharpened your intuition. Each failure taught you humility. Now, these experiences coalesce into a kind of quiet, sacred power, a foundation that lets you stand tall even as your external world trembles. This is why the universe has chosen to warn you now, because you have become strong enough to handle the truth. Ignoring or dismissing this message may result in chaos or confusion down the road, but embracing it wholeheartedly can catapult you into realms of growth and fulfillment that once seemed impossible. At this juncture, practical steps can help anchor this cosmic alert into your tangible reality. Consider the following suggestions, not as rigid instructions, but as points of reference. First, carve out daily moments of silence. Life's noise is relentless: notifications, meetings, errands, conversations. If you don't make space for reflection, you'll miss the subtle guidance that arises from within. During these quiet interludes, ask yourself pointed questions. What is my next step? Which aspects of my life no longer align with who I'm becoming? Where am I being called to serve or to lead? Write down whatever emerges, even if it seems trivial or bizarre. Over time, patterns often appear in these notes, forming an unmistakable map of your destiny. Second, evaluate your relationships, because your circle either elevates you or hinders you. Are you surrounded by people who feed your dreams and respect your growth, or by those who drain your energy, belittle your aspirations, or subtly sabotage your progress? The universe's warning might involve urging you to set firmer boundaries or sever ties that have become chains. This can be painful, especially if you've known these individuals for years. But in times of great spiritual demand, it's better to face loneliness briefly than to remain in entanglements that erode your potential. Once you free up that emotional space, new relationships or mentors often appear, offering the mutual support and inspiration your journey demands. Third, practice consistent gratitude. Though it may seem odd to mention gratitude in the context of a warning, it's actually crucial. A shift of this magnitude can be overwhelming. Fear and uncertainty might overshadow the blessings hidden in the transition. Daily gratitude, writing down a few things you're thankful for, or taking a quiet moment to reflect on your privileges, grounds you in positivity. It also opens the gates for more abundance and clarity. When you exist in a space of appreciation, you become a magnet for constructive energies rather than destructive ones. That's no small advantage when the universe is about to rearrange your life in dramatic ways. Keep in mind that not every sign or nudge you receive will be gentle. The universe often employs abrupt events to capture our attention. Think about the scenario of losing a job you tolerated but never loved. It may feel like a blow to your stability, but that pink slip could very well be the universe's way of unshackling you from complacency, giving you the free-fall momentum to chase a dream you've consistently placed on the back burner. Similarly, the ending of a relationship might shatter your heart temporarily, but in that broken state, new light can seep in, revealing corners of your soul that had been neglected. This final message arrives to remind you that these events are not punishments. They're catalysts. They're precisely the shift you've unconsciously prayed for, disguised in forms that require you to dig deep and discover your strength. Remember as well that you're not alone. Across this planet, hidden from each other's immediate sight, are numerous other souls receiving similar messages, experiencing similar restlessness. You form a silent constellation of awakening hearts, each of you a shimmering point of light in the darkness. Though you may never cross paths physically, your collective energy contributes to a global vibration that's gradually intensifying. The universe invests in multiple souls concurrently because collective transformation often begins with personal breakthroughs. By stepping into your calling, you indirectly nudge the entire human tapestry toward a higher frequency. That knowledge may alleviate some of the isolation that so frequently besets the chosen one's path. Even so, be prepared for skeptics and naysayers. There will be people in your life who dismiss or mock your sense of destiny. They'll roll their eyes at talk of cosmic messages or universal realignments. They might even label it as self-delusion. That is their journey, and it's not your job to convert them. You do not need external validation to honor your path. The universe's final warning doesn't hinge on popular opinion, nor does it bend to cynics. In time, your results, your radiance, your peace will speak for themselves. The best way to handle doubters is to live so boldly in your purpose that their disbelief becomes irrelevant. If, by this point, you feel a tingling energy coursing through your body or a fluttering in your stomach that's part excitement and part anxiety, that's a potent sign. It means these words are activating something that has lain dormant. A question arises. How do I let the universe know I'm listening, that I accept this calling? A simple yet powerful act is to comment 777 below. This might appear trivial on the surface, a mere digital gesture, but symbols have weight in the spiritual realm. By posting those 3 numbers, you're effectively lighting a small fire of intent, telling cosmic forces, I hear you, I'm ready. You'll be surprised how often that symbolic commitment leads to uncanny synchronicities, confirming that your vow has been registered. Yet know that the journey ahead will test your limits. Approaching a major spiritual threshold can bring intense emotional, physical, or even financial pressure. Old wounds might resurface, demanding you finally heal them. Unresolved fears can appear magnified. Resist the temptation to label these phenomena as signs of failure. They are last-minute exams, ensuring that everything unaligned with your new trajectory is either resolved or left behind. If you find yourself in tears at midnight, face pressed against your pillow with a heart full of confusion, hold on to the knowledge that rebirth often follows a breakdown. In moments of weakness, repeat to yourself, I was chosen for this, or it would not be happening. Let that affirmation anchor you, urging you to keep going despite the storm raging in your soul. In practical, everyday life, pay close attention to any urging you feel to reorganize your environment. Some chosen ones experience a strong desire to declutter their homes or dramatically change their living spaces. This is no small matter. Your surroundings mirror your mental and emotional landscape. Clearing out old belongings can symbolize letting go of outdated mindsets. You may also find yourself drawn to certain colors, scents, or decor elements you never cared about before. Trust that instinct. It's part of preparing your entire system, conscious and subconscious, for the shift. Simultaneously, be open to changing your daily habits, like adjusting your diet, integrating mindfulness practices, or adopting a new creative hobby. These small shifts act as an internal statement that you are indeed ready to embrace the new. Along the way, be vigilant about self-sabotage. As the intensity of cosmic pressure builds, a part of you, threatened by the unknown, may try to lure you back into old patterns. You might procrastinate, indulge in addictions, or rekindle toxic relationships. Recognize these impulses for what they are: fear's final attempt to keep you from crossing the threshold. Instead of judging or berating yourself, take a gentle yet firm stance. Compassionately remind yourself that your soul craves expansion, not regression. Journal your feelings, speak with a mentor or confidant, or engage in a grounding activity like a walk in nature. The key is to channel that anxious energy into purposeful action rather than letting it spiral into destructive habits. Moreover, it's wise to remain attentive to physical signals. Sometimes your body will manifest a symptom: fatigue, headaches, sudden bursts of energy, or even unusual appetite changes, mirroring your internal transformation. Should these arise, don't panic. Investigate them with curiosity. See a health professional if needed, but also consider whether these sensations correspond to emotional or spiritual stress. The mind-body-spirit connection is profound. As your spirit shifts, your body often lags or tries to catch up. By acknowledging this interplay, you can care for yourself holistically, ensuring that neither part of your being is neglected. If at any point you feel an overriding sense of dread, step back and breathe. Remind yourself that cosmic warnings are not curses, they're blessings in disguise. It's as if a wise elder is cautioning you about an upcoming storm, giving you time to gather provisions and fortify your home. You wouldn't resent the elder for telling you the truth, would you? You'd be grateful for the chance to prepare. Approach this final message with the same gratitude. It's better to be forewarned and alert than blindsided by events that could have been navigated more gracefully had you heeded the signs. Now consider your legacy. Yes, your personal journey is vital, but your choices also impact those around you. Family members, friends, even future generations can benefit from your courage in this moment. When a chosen one stands up, it radiates a permission slip for others to do the same. By stepping into your calling, you become a lighthouse guiding others out of their own fog of doubt. That's the deeper significance of your role. It's never just about you. The universe invests in you because it sees how far your ripple effect can spread. That awareness should both humble and embolden you. Being chosen does not feed narcissism, it anchors responsibility. In the face of such responsibility, you might feel unprepared. But recall the numerous ways your life has prepared you. Think about the heartbreak that taught you empathy, the challenges that birthed in you a fierce determination, the fleeting successes that sparked your taste for something greater. Each memory is a resource. You're not a blank slate stepping into the unknown. You're a seasoned traveler carrying a pack filled with hard-earned wisdom. If the universe didn't think you could handle this, you would not be reading these words. So gather your experiences like precious gems. Use them to navigate the labyrinth awaiting you. In the coming days, your capacity to adapt and to love fiercely will be tested. You'll also discover hidden reserves of brilliance that will dazzle even yourself. As you move closer to the threshold, coincidences may accelerate. Perhaps you meet someone who mentions the exact topic you've been contemplating, or you see a quote online that feels custom-tailored to your situation. These synchronicities are the universe's language, soft signposts saying, yes, you're on track. Keep going. Welcome them as friends, note them, let them amplify your faith. The more you acknowledge these signs, the more they appear, forming a luminous breadcrumb trail leading you further along the path. Doubt may occasionally whisper, it's all just random chance. But you know better. Deep in your bones, you sense that life's tapestry is too intricate for mere coincidence. That said, do not rely solely on external signs. True conviction must rise from within. If you stake your entire journey on outer confirmations, you may falter when they temporarily vanish. Strengthen your internal compass through reflection, meditation, or heartfelt prayer. The universe can speak through signs, yes, but it also speaks through the quiet voice in your soul. A voice that remains steady even when external markers wane. Learn to trust that inner voice. As you sharpen your intuition, it becomes a reliable ally, providing clarity when the road darkens. Embrace it as part of your identity, for it is the direct line to the cosmic intelligence orchestrating your path. During this metamorphosis, cultivate kindness and patience, not only toward yourself, but also toward others. Not everyone around you will be traveling at the same pace or receiving the same revelations. People may react unpredictably to the changes you are undergoing. Some might distance themselves, some might envy you, and still others might become fiercely supportive. All these responses are normal. Strive to remain compassionate, understanding that each person's reaction mirrors their own inner state. Your transformation can inadvertently trigger unresolved issues in those who witness it. You have the power to soothe rather than aggravate these tensions, simply by holding space for them without compromising your boundaries. And what if you fail? This question may loom large, a dreaded what if that gnaws at your confidence. The answer lies in perspective. Failure, as commonly understood, is not the end of your story. If you do not succeed immediately in one aspect of this shift, consider it another lesson fueling your wisdom. True failure occurs only when you refuse to learn or give up entirely on your calling. If you remain teachable, resilient, and open to adaptation, then even your so-called failures serve as rungs on the ladder to mastery. The universe is patient, but time in the human realm is finite. That is why this final warning resonates with such urgency. You can keep retaking certain lessons, but eventually, opportunities shift or pass. Accept your invitation now. The worst outcome would be to look back in regret, seeing how the universe extended a hand and you hesitated too long to grasp it. At this point, you might feel a mixture of anticipation and resolve. Good. Lean into that. Remind yourself how capable you really are. You've carried burdens that would crush many. You've survived storms that threatened to drown you. And yet here you stand, alive, reading, thinking, feeling the quickening of your soul. This is the moment to place trust in the synchronicities, the signs, the prayers, the silent dialogues you've had with the universe. If you want to seal your commitment, comment 777 below, and do so with the full knowledge that you're embarking on a grand adventure that is as ancient as it is new. After you do so, start living as though you believe in the inevitability of your expansion. Walk with purpose. Speak with authenticity. Follow up on your intuitive nudges, even if they lead you into unfamiliar territory. If you sense you should introduce yourself to a certain individual or sign up for a particular course, or even leave behind a stable job that no longer serves you, muster the courage to do so. Each action you take in faith cements your readiness for the cosmic shift. The universe, seeing your willingness, will open more doors, some far beyond your current field of vision. One final element to contemplate is the role of surrender. With so much emphasis on action, it's easy to forget that true power often flows from letting go. Surrender doesn't mean passivity. It means relinquishing the illusion of control over outcomes. You do your part, make your choices, walk your path, but ultimately, you leave the results to a higher wisdom. This synergy of intentional action and humble surrender forms the backbone of every spiritual victory. If you cling too tightly to specific outcomes, you may close yourself off to the infinite creative possibilities the universe can orchestrate. Approach your next steps with the posture of one who is both a creator and a willing participant in a grander design. And so, chosen one, you stand at the precipice, armed with these words and the readiness of your spirit. The universe has extended its final warning, an urgent but compassionate call that you can no longer delay the life you were meant to live. Whether this upcoming shift feels like stepping onto a radiant stage or walking through a dimly lit tunnel, trust that a guiding hand is at work. In the labyrinth of existence, moments of stark clarity are few, and they rarely come gift-wrapped without challenge. Yet here you are, receiving the clarion call in an era overflowing with distractions. That alone is a testament to your significance. When you close this message, a new chapter begins. Your response is crucial. Will you treat this as a minor spark of inspiration, soon forgotten in the noise of routine, or will you treat it as sacred? If you choose the latter, your life may alter in ways you can't yet fathom. Old structures may crumble, replaced by a more authentic, aligned reality. You might find yourself forging alliances with unexpected allies, discovering hidden wells of creativity, or stepping into leadership roles you never sought, but are perfectly equipped to fill. The universe invests in the prepared, not the perfect. And you, dear soul, have been in preparation all your life, whether you knew it or not. Should fear resurface, let it remind you that fear often signals proximity to something worthwhile, your growth edge. Embrace it, walk beside it, but do not let it drive you. You are made of stronger stuff, molded by experiences that demanded you evolve or perish spiritually. How many times have you chosen growth over stagnation? Even if it was small, a new morning routine, a slight shift in perspective, each choice refined your readiness. Now you have the chance to harness all that readiness in one decisive leap. Never underestimate the magnitude of your choice. Even the smallest ripple can grow into a tidal wave over time. By heeding this message, you could influence not only your own fate, but the destinies of countless others who will cross your path. That's the silent ripple effect of stepping into your calling. The universe is not asking you to be perfect. It's asking you to be present, courageous, and surrendered. If you can master that trifecta, then you have already conquered half the battle. In closing, let these words echo within you long after you've finished reading. The universe loves you too much to let you remain unfulfilled. That is why this message, weighty as it may be, brims with love beneath its tone of warning. A final chance is being extended for you to align with your higher calling, to do the soul work you were always meant to do. Take a breath, chosen one. Feel the resonance in your heart. Sense the hush in the air, as though all creation holds its breath, awaiting your decision. Will you shy away, or will you take a bold step into the unknown? Your intuition already knows the answer. Trust it. If a flicker of excitement sparks in your core, fan that flame. Let it become a bonfire of resolve. And remember, if you feel compelled, comment 777 below as a tangible gesture of your inward commitment. Then, as you step forth from this moment, walk with your head high and your spirit awake. You are not the same person you were mere minutes ago. You carry a new seed of possibility, a seed that, once nurtured, will yield unimaginable fruits. Thus, the final warning stands. The universe has spoken. The rest is in your hands. Go forward bravely with gratitude for the trials that shaped you, with readiness for the destiny that awaits. Be not afraid, for this path was carved with you in mind. Embrace the unknown, cling to your vision, and let your heart guide you in each decision. The cosmos watches with gentle anticipation, for it recognizes what you are about to become, even if you yourself cannot yet see it. Step forward, chosen one, and know that you have never been alone and never will be.